my gosh, we're having proper surf chat here with our next guest. Vassos, over to you.
Our next guest, trained as a plumber but realised there isn't a broken pipe in the world with enough water for him. So now he seeks out the biggest waves in the world and surfs them. Series 3 of 100-Foot Wave is available now on Sky and Now TV. So please welcome, once met, never forgotten, Andrew Cotter.
All right, Cotty, how's it going, man?
Good, thank you.
What a ledge. You're a ledge, man.
I don't know about that.
You are an absolute legend. I can't believe we're having proper surf chat about somebody we both know. He'll be so thrilled. You've got to talk about him.
Chris Crash.
Yeah.
Well, he actually, weirdly enough, he messaged me a month ago and was telling me he's been teaching you to surf.
Yeah, more my kids than me. I mean, I do give it a go. I can't, my pop-up's just bad, man. But no, Crash he's our surf guy. Every year when we're lucky enough to go to LA for 4 weeks a year, and the kids are all brilliant because they're kids.
Yeah. Well, they pick it up so quickly and they can move slightly better, quicker than before you get older.
But also, they are more stable on the board because they're so small.
Well, I suppose that low centre of gravity, being really light, definitely helps.
Yeah, and they just, it's they're excited, whereas we're fearful or vainglorious or ego-driven, and they're just having fun with it, aren't they? You know. Anyway, forget all that. Cotty, you are a ledge, mate. This is Andrew Cotty Cotton. We're talking to one of the stars of this brilliant. If you never watched this show, it's so good. It's on Sky. It's made by HBO. It's called 100-Foot Wave. Just frame it for people. First episode, last episode, best episode.
Well, it's all about. It's basically about a guy called Garrett McNamara, who's a Hawaiian guy. Is actually, for me growing up, coming from England, he was one of my sort of heroes and one of the big wave surfers that I looked up to. I never in a million years dreamed that I'd ever be surfing with him or hanging out with him.
While you were training to be a plumber.
Well, yeah, exactly. And somehow our paths crossed in 2010 in Portugal. He told me about a dream.
Hang on. What do you mean somehow your paths crossed?
Well, I did a jet ski course called the K38 course, and I was obviously dreaming, and I was obsessed with surfing and big waves. I did this course about jet ski safety. He came to Europe and he was looking for a safety team to help him surf the biggest wave ever. And he called me up and said, can you help me do safety? And I said, yes. We got on really well. He told me about his dream, which was to ride the biggest wave ever. And within 2 years of working together, he broke the world record, the Guinness World Record for biggest wave ever surfed. And then a year later, he repaid the favour. I surfed one of the biggest waves I'd ever surfed. And it's basically, the 100-Foot Wave is about the journey looking for the biggest waves on the planet.
Yeah, and Nazare is where much of it is centred. But Nazare was, first of all, where is Nazare? It was considered a bit of a joke. He put Nazare on the map. He made it possible for more people to earn a living surfing. He did all this stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, Garrett's he's crazy, a good crazy.
Yeah.
And he has a great vision.
He's also got an amazing wife.
Yeah, well, she puts up with a lot.
Yeah, that's what I mean, to be honest.
Well, as they all do, but... and he just had this vision, and that's basically it. And he's enabled, obviously, me to live my goal. And when I first met him, I was just a plumber from North Devon. Obviously I had some skills, I could drive a jet ski, and I was very, very passionate about surfing. But he sort of helped me realise and sort of turn the focus into reality.
So the jet ski thing's interesting, isn't it? Because now he pilots more than he surfs the bigger waves, and he gets you guys up there. And now jet ski piloting, for people who don't understand tow surfing, when did it start? How did it start? It seems to be so difficult to do to get people on the right wave. Just speak to that a bit if you don't mind.
So a guy called Laird Hamilton invented it in Hawaii. He was using a little rib to tow surfers into big waves. So basically, the bigger the wave, the faster the wave moves.
Right.
So when you get to waves which are up to 60, 70 feet tall, if not bigger, those waves are moving 50 miles an hour. Oh. They're flying. Oh. So you cannot physically paddle into them using your arms. So you use a jet ski to almost water ski into the wave, and the jet ski positions you like in the right position. You let go of the rope, you surf the wave as a surfer, and then you pull out, and then the jet ski rescues you. So that's the goal. So sometimes actually, like, driving the jet ski can be more terrifying than sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, because there are legendary surfers, and there are now legendary pilots, jet ski pilots, and he's a bit of both, isn't he?
He's a bit both, and weirdly enough, so when I first met him, I was just there to drive the jet ski, which
I didn't know it was that way round.
Yeah. So that's what, and I was completely, when he said to me, he's like, "Oh, are you only good at driving the jet ski?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do it." And I definitely couldn't do it. I was like, sort of.
You could drive a jet ski, just not what he wanted
to do. So he sort of moulded me and sort of taught me the ins and outs and how to do it efficiently and professionally, and yeah, that was it. And my viewing on that was like, okay, well, I'm just here to drive the jet ski, but I knew that he couldn't surf all day, so I knew that the roles would get reversed, and then he ended up driving me.
It's like anything, isn't it? It's like going to help out on a golf course. You might get a free round now and again, or you might get a shag bag of balls or whatever it may be. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you never know where it might lead.
And you just hang around, don't you? Because they say that if you want to do something, the best thing to do is go to the tribe that's doing it and just join in.
Yeah, and I think that the biggest key was finding like-minded. So, someone like-minded that really wanted to push things, that really wanted to like do something extreme, and tag along, and you never know what happens, you know.
So the wave I'm talking about is the one that you got the call. You were in Ireland. I think it's episode 3 of series 3.
Cortez Bank.
Yeah, Cortez Bank. So you're in Ireland, doing what you freezing cold, freezing your nuts and everything else off in Ireland. You're talking to your partner. There's a tragedy recently happened as well.
Yeah.
So everybody's more scared than they used to be. A lot of people haven't been back into the water because they're still grieving. And then the news comes in from the west coast of America, from California, that there's a wave and it's on the move, and there's a swell coming in, and these waves, this mystical wave in the middle of nowhere. There's no reef. You've got to get on this boat to get out there, and you all answer the call to arms. And people are flying in from France, and people are flying in. You're flying in from Ireland. What happened? What happens in those situations? How often does this kind of thing happen, where you're mustered almost like a lifeboat crew?
That is so big wave surfing, like general surfing. So when you're going down to the beach, you don't really care how big the waves are or how small they are, whatever. You just want to go surfing.
Yeah.
But big wave, we're looking for something. We're looking for the biggest waves on the planet, and you have to be very active. Everything's last minute. You're looking at weather charts. There's like a nerdy sort of weather forecast. You look at all these charts and you're working out where the wave's going to be good, where they're going to be the biggest, and that's very time specific as well. So when you're looking at these charts, and as we know, weather changes constantly. So you're literally getting like 48 hours notice, and you're like, okay, right, I think the wave's going to be massive here. The wind looks good. The weather looks good. Like, I need a crew of good guys that are going to be able to help me do this, achieve this safely, and all the logistics come together. So that is big wave surfing.
And this wave we're talking about is in the middle. It's in the middle of an ocean.
It's 100 miles off San Diego.
And why does it break where it is?
There's like this underwater sea mountain.
Oh my gosh!
It's insane, and I never in a million years. I've read about it and seen videos on this place, Cortez Bank, growing up as a kid. And I never thought I'd get the opportunity to go there. So just getting the opportunity to go there was insane.
Getting the call.
But you're like 12 hours out to sea. You can't see land. There was so many sharks, dolphins, seals, and also there's like the biggest waves. And it was probably, that day was probably the most magical day of surfing I've ever had.
And you said it's the cleanest wave, the cleanest water.
It was just. It was beautiful.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, can't describe it.
And it's so crazy. Who discovers a wave in the middle of the ocean? How was it discovered? There's and they are like moving mountains, aren't they? It's like Everest happening every now and again, and you can only climb it when it exists.
Well, and I think that's the really exciting thing about big wave surfing. It's like you can surf the biggest wave on the planet. Like yesterday, but tomorrow there might be a big wave.
Or it might never happen again.
Oh yeah, exactly. But you never know. But there might be a bigger day.
It's chills, man. It's chills. And so Somebody discovered this wave in the middle of nowhere, and then you all got out there and you go, we don't know where it breaks, we don't know how to spot it. And there's somebody radioed to shore, a guy who'd surfed it before, and he said, look out for the sea lions. And you all said, what? When the sea lions stick their heads out of the water, that's where the wave's going to break. And you, really? Just do it. And he was right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, again, just chills. What the heck? I mean, come on, man.
The insane thing about that is that the sea lions, there's so many sea lions, I thought it was seaweed, because you could just see the heads popping up, but it was like hundreds and hundreds of sea lions.
And they're
in the
ready
middle
to
of the
play,
ocean.
are they? Is that what
They're
they're
just cruising, yeah. Like, there's obviously a shelf there of rocks where there's loads of fish. And
why isn't this show the number one show in the world?
I
mean, I like Beast Games, don't get me wrong, but this is a proper show. It's so good, this show, man.
I bet you like it.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, presumably Red Bull are very involved because they're in everything. Do you work for Red Bull? Is that how?
So actually, Red Bull was my first sponsor. So
Right.
I was actually I was working on building sites, plumbing, lifeguarding for the RNLI, and Red Bull sponsored me in 2014,
Right.
and so that's when I was able to go professional.
Wow. And how is the next 6 months stacking up? How far ahead can you plan? What's your forward planning department like, young man?
It's impossible. You can't put, especially like in the winter time. So from October through to April, you got to try and keep that diary. No matter what, if I make an arrangement, there'll be a swell, and it'll, and I won't be able to make it.
So you're just permanently on call.
Yes.
And how long can you do this for? Do you think?
I don't know.
Not physically, but like mentally and physically and socially.
It's tough. Like physically, it is tough. But I think, like Garrett now is 57, and I surfed with him last winter. He's still surfing really good. So I don't know I think if you keep fit and healthy, focused, there's no reason why I can't do it for another 10 years.
All right, and Nazare, Portugal, of course.
Yeah.
How often do you hang out there?
So I live there that's where I'm based from October through to March. You should come down.
Well, come up because we're already down.
Yeah.
I'd love to come up. Seriously,
Yeah.
when are you there next?
So we're there in October. So you should come.
Mate, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I just want to come and hang.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get in the water
No,
because it'd be too embarrassing.
No way.
It's
No
too
way. You can
embarrassing.
totally do it.
What's interesting about this whole show, you got to watch this show, people. If you have some telly time in your life, you got time for this 100-foot wave series 3 now. You can watch you got it all to go. Watch now via Sky and Now TV. More info about anything to do with Andrew Cotty, they call it Andrew Cotty Cotton, andrewcotton.co.uk. It's not surfing the wave that's the problem, because you can all surf the wave. It's just finding the wave, isn't it? You're all there more or less.
Yeah, it's logistics, and it's timing, and it's being in flow. It's being in that, even when you're in the ocean, it's being in flow with the ocean and the waves and that timing.
Yeah, it's so funny because, again, watching the show last night, which I loved, I had to turn off because I was going to be... I can watch hours of your show. I can watch it again and again and again. And I had to force myself to turn it off. I don't usually watch it in the week because it's too addictive. But I had to watch it because you were coming on to get back in the mood. And somebody said, I can't remember who it was. I think it was the French guy. And he said I was surfing yesterday, but I just wasn't in flow. I wasn't in the moment. And sometimes I feel like that on this show. You're doing the job, you're going through it. And I never phone it in ever. But what's the difference between doing a good show or not so good a show? And it's how tired I am at the end. And I'm more tired if I'm not present, because I'm sort of fighting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I am present, I almost feel more energized at 10 o'clock than I do at 6:30.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same. So you can be in the water, you can be surfing, but you're not at one with the wave.
Oh yeah, you could be having, everything goes wrong. You miss everything.
Or everything goes right, but you just don't feel it sometimes.
But everything's just slightly out of timing, and you could get the best wave, and if you're not in flow, you could just be, it will just be off. Yeah. But when you hit flow, it is seamless, and you don't think about anything. You're not it's just everything goes perfect.
So we haven't yet seen a 100-foot wave, have we? Not surfed anyway.
Not officially, no.
So no. The world record for the biggest wave ever surfed is held by German surfer Sebastian Studenter, riding a 93.73 foot, so close, wave in February 2024. What is it about 100-foot wave, man?
Well, I think that was like originally. It's always been like the benchmarks, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is like you're gonna be telling us like how you even measuring the waves. It's kind of hard to measure, but yeah, it's that's the mythical number.
And there seems to be a moment when you'll get on the big waves. And what does a big wave start at? What's the smallest big wave? 20 foot, 30 foot?
Well, yeah, that's like everyone has their own big wave. I think like for a surfer, like 20 foot is like the size.
I would say, what do I know, right? I've only watched you guys doing it. I would say that one way I would calibrate a big wave is if you can get to the top of it and then surf down it, almost like you're skiing down it, and then carry on surfing it. It's got to have that moment where you slide down it. And that happens in every wave. You can go back up again if you want to, but you get on the top of the wave, the wave feels good, it starts to build behind you, then you sort of somehow as a surfer, you find yourself on top of it, and then you just bullet down. What's that moment like on the wave? Because that's the fastest you go, isn't it?
That's the fastest, yeah. So to give you a little bit of context, when I've recorded speeds of 76 kilometers an hour going down the wave.
Right.
So you're going fast.
So, and there is only one moment you can go down. You can only do that once, really.
Yeah, you kind of like if you keep it on rail and you keep you can go back up, and you are like the fastest you're going is almost like as you hit the bottom. If you're compressing and like that's your fastest bit, so you can go back up. But those moments when you are going that fast, like it is almost in slow motion. Like you're pinpointing, like I identify little lumps in the water, little water droplets. It's pretty much like meditation. You know, have you ever meditated and you actually see something slowing down?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like that.
Time disappears. Just disappears. Yeah. It doesn't slow down. It just stops. Well, it doesn't even stop. It's just non-existent.
Yes.
There is no time.
And I think that's that moment when you're so concentrated and you are scared because you don't want to fall, and everything is so critical because if you do fall, if you do lose concentration, it can be
very serious.
Yeah, serious.
Wow. You've done this and you're going to do it again. I would love to know what it feels like for a second. I've done nothing that compares to that. Nothing. It's like...
We can change that. You can come down to Portugal. There you go.
I'm not sure I want to change it. What a way to go. Just a quick... we might be getting too nerdy for people listening now. One more question, if you don't mind, Cotty. It seemed... Obviously, surfers get it wrong sometimes, but good surfers get it right a lot. You seem to know that the wave is breaking just behind your fin. Is that... Can you see it? Can you feel it?
You want to... The ultimate, as you know, is to be in the barrel. So you don't want it to be breaking behind you. You want to be in the wave. And that's like the ultimate.
I know that bit. I didn't really want to talk about it.
So
what about you? You didn't even know you were in a barrel once, and everybody's saying you're in the barrel. Oh my god, that was such a great barrel. And you went, I wasn't barreling. It was 20 feet behind me. And then you go to the pub afterwards. They show you a photograph, and you go, oh, I was in the barrel. Couldn't you see the water all around you? Which bit of the barrel did you?
Looking out.
But it was over you. It was 60 feet. You were in the middle of like a cave, like a water cave, and you're like, nah, it was behind me. Everybody's like, no, it was. And then you said to the lady, Gert's wife, you said, oh no, it's the angle. It's the angle. And she went, no, it wasn't the angle. It was you nutter.
No, it's all about being in the barrel, and that's really scary to do. It's really scary, and that's like timing and commitment. But,
well, you're good, man. How do you feel?
I'm good, yeah, I feel good.
He's smiling, man.
Yeah.
So good
to see. It's good to chat.
Anything else you want to put out there, Cotty, while you're on?
No, well, I still honestly think you should come down in October, November, and we'll get you in the sea in Nazare. For sure. Honestly, I'm being serious.
I know, I can tell. That's what's making me really nervous. All right, Watch this show. Watch it. 100-Foot Wave Series 3. The production values are magnificent. Everybody involved in it has to be so committed. People you don't even see, the people behind the cameras, the people operating the drones. Oh, it's all at sea, man. It's all at sea, and it's all not at sea. 100-Foot Wave Series 3. Watch it now via Sky and Now TV. It's one of the best things on TV. Let's hear it for Andrew Cotty Cotton and all his friends. Yeah! Amazing people enjoying the planet. It's really good stuff.